Hi, I'm Mr. Hartt, and I'm going to talk about Oakwood's physics course. And be aware this is a precursor course to AP Physics, which is covered in a separate video. As you probably know, physics is the study of motion and matter and energy and forces. And basically, we're trying to figure out why does the universe and the physical world behave the way that it does. It's a pretty traditional curriculum. We start off by studying kinematics, which is to say motion. We then get into vectors, and vectors are where we're definitely going to be using some of our trigonometry and mathematical skills that we should be bringing with us to the course. Getting into then projectiles and ballistics, into forces, Newton's laws, finishing out the first semester then with inclined planes, work, energy, and momentum. And certainly all of our units will have one or more labs along the way. This is an example of actually a relatively straightforward one single period that we spend doing a ballistics lab. And this kind of setup, as you can maybe imagine, we roll a ball down an inclined plane. We use some sensors to get some good timing data to figure out velocity and then predict where on the floor this steel sphere will land. So these are the types of labs you would expect to do in a physics class. As we then transition to the second semester, we finish up with motion, gravity, including orbits, then get into oscillating motion, which sets us up to introduce waves, which is a nice transition into sound waves, light waves, mirrors and reflection, optics, refraction, and then we finish out the year with electricity, circuits, and magnetism. And here's another example of a waves lab that we do. We're using some frequency generator. We're using some somewhat technical equipment to make the experience hopefully more real and tangible to the students. Typical students in physics have strong math skills and have at least gone through geometry, which that's where they first learn or really start to learn trigonometry. Most students are juniors or seniors, although we have the occasional sophomore. Typically, they took chemistry last year, although that is not per se a requirement. And if they do well in the course and like the course, they might consider taking AP Physics next year. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions. My information is here on the screen. Thank you for your interest.